Hello, my people. Welcome to the Amamanson Network. Are you with it? Are you with it? We're there, and we're going to learn four more Jamaican wise sayings. If you love Jamaica, if you want to learn more about Jamaican culture, Jamaican customs, Jamaican language, this is the place for you. So every week we look at four Jamaican proverbs, Jamaican wise sayings, and we talk about them, not just the meaning, but how we can apply it to our lives. Because remember, these proverbs, these wise sayings that have been handed down to us through the generations, they are there for us to learn. They are there for us to guide our steps so we can make better choices, right? So it's always good to listen to your grandma, listen to your grandpa, listen to mom and dad as they drop these gems that have come down to us through the years. So the first Jamaican proverb or wise saying that we're going to talk about today is fire their mus tail, him think a cool breeze. Fire their mus tail, him think a cool breeze. Literally, fire is, well, for us, mus is the name we give to the mongoose, right? So literally it's saying if the mongoose's tail is on fire, but he thinks it's a cool breeze. It kind of sounds like it don't make any sense. It kind of sounds like it makes absolutely no sense. But what it really means is, I guess the closest English version I can find to that is when your teacher would tell you you're going to get a rude awakening. Yeah, that's a close English proverb. You're going to get a rude awakening. Fire their mus tail, him think a cool breeze. So basically, it's saying you're in a situation similar to the situation that the tortoise, the hare, found himself in the hare and the tortoise, right? The hare did not expect any kind of competition from the tortoise. He thought he was complacent because he thought he had it made, he had it done pat. And lo and behold, fire was at his tail, but he thought it was a cool breeze, so much so that he went to sleep. That cool breeze found him to sleep. Wake up only to find the tortoise has won the race. So fire there must steal him think a cool breeze. This is saying we might find ourselves in a situation where we think everything is fine. We think nothing can go wrong. We think we can continue being complacent. We think we can continue procrastinating. We think we can just go on casually through life, not realizing that we are about to come to terms with the fact that we've been wasting our time, we have not been putting in the work, and we're going to feel the effects of that. We're going to feel the cool breeze, right? So always try to be conscious of what needs to be done. Always try to be conscious of the time. Time is a factor. We have to be conscious of what needs to be done by what time. And don't be complacent. Don't let that cool breeze of complacency fan us to sleep, because we might actually be on fire and we don't realize it. When I was at high school, especially, not so much all in school, because at that age everybody was really wanted, we're working towards a common entrance exam, and everybody wanted to go to high school, so you wanted to go to the best high school, so you were really putting in the work. When you get to high school, a lot of kids become complacent. A lot of the bright kids tend to fall back because One, in primary school, they may have been spoon fed by their teachers, and now they're in this bigger environment with many big fish. You may have been the small fish, the big fish in your pond at primary school or all in school. Now you're at high school where their competition is stiff and it can cause some students to fall back. They just lose that drive and cruising along. So you have 5 years before external exams. And you might say, okay, I have 5 years, I can buckle down in second form. And second form comes, oh, I can buckle down in third form. And they keep telling themselves this until they get to fifth form, have not been producing much work, probably been misbehaving, probably not meeting the qualifications to even graduate from high school, let alone get good grades in their external exams. And that is the time when you see students shuffling around, crying, begging for the grade supervisor to give them a chance, let them go to sixth form, and they don't have the grades to back it up, right? Because when the fire was at their tail, they thought it was a cool breeze and they thought they had enough time. They thought they could go at leisure and sit under the tree and laugh and chat and go on there. Well, in my days, you didn't have the internet. That's a clue as to how old I am. But we didn't have the luxury of the internet to sit on, but we had other things that on some of us, unfortunately, wasted our time. Right? So don't be like the musmus. Don't be like the musmus with the fire at your tail and thinking that it's a cool breeze and you don't have to worry about anything. Understand, especially when you are being warned, right? Especially when you are being warned, you have persons in your corner who are telling you, hey, buckle down, do what needs to be done, get your things in order. When we have persons looking out for us and trying to advise us and guide us, we need to take heed to that advice. All right. I'm going to the second wise saying I'm going to do is actually two in one. All right, actually two in one. And it has to do with dogs. In Jamaica, we have a lot of sayings regarding dogs. So I'm going to tie these two in together, right? First one is, sorry for Marga dog, him turn round bite you. And same dog bite you morning, him will bite you evening. I'm going to tie these two in. So the first one, sorry for Marga dog, him turn round bite you. Sorry for Marga dog, him turn round bite you. Literally, if you are sorry for a skinny dog or you show pity or mercy to a skinny dog, a dog that's emaciated, a dog that is not getting any care, and you decide to give him some care, to take him in, him turn round bite you. He will repay you, but not in the way you think. He will repay you in a negative way. Turn around and bite you. So this is talking about the people in our lives whom we help, whom we extend mercy to, whom we give resources to, right? And they turn around, and not only are they ungrateful, but they turn around and do bad things to us. So sometimes in helping others, you make yourself vulnerable. Sometimes we open our homes to others and we make ourselves vulnerable. There's a story, an incident that took place here in Jamaica last year where this lady, she had a cousin he was just misbehaving. He was in his 20s, right? Misbehaving in and out of correctional facilities. And she had 4 kids. She had some space and she said, okay, come to live with me. So she said to her cousin, come to live with us and see if you can turn around your life, right? So she took him in. He had nothing. Nobody else wanted him because they just saw that he was trouble. And this lady took this guy in, and very shortly after, he took the lives of this lady and her 4 kids. For what? No motive has been established, right? No motive established. So this guy just wayward, prone to violence, and here this young lady with her 4 kids, she made herself vulnerable. She opened her home to him, to this maga dog, this scoundrel, this person that nobody else was willing to help. She took him in, and in doing so, she lost her life, and so did her 4 children. Sorry for Magadad, him turn around by it. And a lot of times, this has to do with opening up your homes to relatives. And they not only repay you with ingratitude, but sometimes even with violence. They even carry your business to others, tell other people about you, slander your name, gossip about you, and here you were, the one trying to help. The other dog proverb, same dog bite your morning, it will bite your evening. Same dog bite your morning, it will bite your evening. The same dog that bites you in the morning will bite you in the evening. So it's saying somebody does you wrong and you open yourself up to them again, they are likely to do you the same wrong or even worse. Because now they have the opportunity. Now they know your weakness. Now they know what they failed to do the first time. So they make sure to finish you off with one death blow this time. Right? Similar to the saying, you do me wrong, shame on you. Twice, shame on me, because by now I should know that I should take precautions against you. You have revealed yourself once, and once should be enough for me to know that I should protect myself from you. So if you allow this person to come back again for a second chance, they might finish you off this time. It might be one death blow this time. So that same mother dog where you started from, and the mother dog bite you in the morning, and you go back again and sorry for the mother dog again, it's gonna bite you again in the evening and bite you again the next morning if you give him the chance again. The people, when we're dealing, we have to deal with people in our lives, right? We have to deal with people. But we have to show that we learn from our experiences. We have to show that we are able to take ourselves safely through this life by learning as we go along, as we expose ourselves to people and we expose ourselves to different situations. We have to learn each time and make better choices each time. And we are very helpful people. Africans, persons of African descent, we are very helpful, we are very accommodating, we are very inviting. We want strangers to come in, we want persons to share our space. That is how we are, that's our nature. But we should have learned, by now that opening up yourselves to strangers can be detrimental. Kindness and hospitality can be detrimental. You have to be very careful whom you extend yourself to, whom you open your space to, whom you allow to come around your children. Be very careful because people can be very deceptive. They have their ulterior motives, and there is not necessarily going to be revealed at once. So you have to give yourself enough time to study people, to make a sound judgment about persons, right? So remember now, these wise sayings, they are here to guide us. They're here to guide us. Sorry for Maga dog, him turn round, bite you. Same dog bite you morning, him will bite you at evening. The next wise saying is the higher monkey climb, the more him body exposed. The higher monkey climb, the more him body exposed. So the higher up the monkey climbs, the more his rear end is exposed. And this saying talks about how people reveal themselves through their actions, especially unwittingly. Unwittingly, they reveal themselves, right? You just have to watch them keenly. And the more they do, the more they say, their actions will reveal their intention. Their actions will reveal their personality. Their actions will reveal how they truly feel about you. And sometimes they're, especially if they're unaware that you are watching keenly, you're studying their movements. And, we have this saying also, you give him enough rope to hang himself. Give him enough rope to hang himself. Give him enough time. Give him enough space to unfold, to climb. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on revealing yourself so I can see your true colors. I can see your true intention. Let the monkey climb. Let's let the monkey continue to do what he's doing or what she is doing. Let them speak. You sit back and listen. We also have a saying, the answer back. Just answer back, and listen and watch. And you will see people's true colors. You will see their true intentions, right? You should be the one who listens more than you speak. And don't go about revealing too much about yourself, especially in circles where you're not familiar. Don't offer information about yourself, especially if you are not asked. Because the more information you give out, the more you harm persons who might have the intention to hurt you. You're giving them ammunition. You're volunteering information that was not requested. But since you were kind enough to divulge this crucial bit of information, you may have just set yourself up for harm. Not everyone goes around, not everyone is a bad person, of course not. Not everyone has bad intentions towards you. But the fact is that some people do. Some people do have bad intentions. And even if they didn't, and you give them information that they can turn to their favor, where they can take advantage of you, a lot of people will use that information that you volunteer to them. And especially as you find yourself progressing in life, you're climbing the social ladder, you're climbing the corporate ladder, you're achieving things in life, you're getting your goals accomplished, people will see that you're upwardly mobile, and everyone loves a winner, right? Everyone loves a winner. Everybody wants to hitch their wagon to a star. Not all these wagons are rooting for you. So the more you advance, the closer your circle has to be, the more guarded you have to be with information that you give out about yourself, your loved ones, on social media especially. You have to be careful about revealing your location, careful about revealing where you have been and when you go, and things like that. Careful about announcements. You have to be careful, and if you decide to make these announcements, just understand the potential risk that you're taking. Don't blindly do it. Do it understanding the risk, and if you decide the risk is worth it, because we want to share the good things that are happening to us. We're social creatures. We want to share, we want to inspire others, we want to motivate others to achieve. At the same time, you might have those who are jealous, envious, don't want to see you advance, will not be motivated to advance themselves, but will be motivated to pull you down. And as strong and resilient as you are, you want to avoid that clash, right? You want to limit any opposition as much as you can. Because why? Why would you expose yourself to unnecessary opposition, right? So we just have to be careful and remember that some persons have bad intent, right? Some persons have bad intent. But if we watch them carefully as they speak and as they do, we can see them expose themselves. Just listen. Let them talk. Let them do what they're doing. Listen. The last saying that we're going to look at today is use, sleep, mark, death. And this is one of my favorite sayings. And it ties in too with the higher monkey climb, the more body exposed. Use, sleep, mark, death. This saying, at least in my interpretation, maybe somebody else might have another interpretation for this particular saying. But how I interpret it is use the little things to judge how the bigger things will unfold, right? Use, because sleep here would be the small thing, the preliminary thing, and death, the bigger, more final thing, right? So it's again, study people, study situations, see what you can learn in order to predict what the outcome will be, or what the outcome for the bigger thing will be. It's similar to courtship, right? You're using the courtship to mark what the marriage will be. You're getting to know the person, seeing how they interact, seeing how they respond to different situations. And this might indicate to you how they will respond in the marriage, or whether it is worth going forward with a marriage to this person. How do they respond in a restaurant setting when they don't get the meal that they ordered? How do they respond when someone in a position of menial labor, some ancillary staff, approaches them? How do they respond to that person? How do they respond in times of crisis? How do they respond when there's a shortage of money? How do they respond when something angers them? How do they respond when you object to something that they have said? How do they respond when you refuse to give them something that they have asked for? How do they respond in relation to your family members? You use these things to gauge how they might respond, or they are likely to respond when the bigger situations of marriage present themselves. Use sleep, mark death. Use the sleep to mark death. So we always have to be aware of those in our lives. And we always have to, even our own selves, we have to see how we respond to little things and use it to gauge how we will respond to the bigger things, and try to prepare ourselves for the bigger things that are likely to come. And this is why we have drills. This is why we test, we test the waters. When you're in school, you're given your weekly tests or your monthly tests, so that your teacher is trying to gauge how you're progressing. So he or she will know how you're likely to do in your end of term exams or your final external exams. We use the smaller tests to gauge your response to the bigger tests, right? This is the purpose of drills. We have earthquake drills, fire drills, hurricane drills, evacuation drills, to see how we are likely to respond to the real McCoy, the real event. And sometimes we have to run these little tests on ourselves to see, are we really ready? Are we really, really ready for the tasks that we think we are ready for? Are we really ready to be engaged in the situations that we think we are ready for? And sometimes when we run these drills, we have to be honest with ourselves to say, hey, I don't think I am ready. Hey, I don't think this is the person for me. The person did not pass this acid test based on their response to the given situation. Don't do the test and then negate the test. Don't do the test, and because you don't like the results, you negate the results of the test. And still go ahead, seeing the red flags, you still forge ahead. Don't do that. We have to learn from our mistakes, and we also have to learn from the mistakes of others, and we have to learn from these acid tests that we put people and situations through to see if they're even worth going forward with. That's the whole point of it all. You sleep, mark death. Same dog bite you morning, but bite you evening. Sorry for Marga dog, him turn round bite you. Fire there must tail, him think a cool breeze. And the higher monkey climb, the more him body exposed. So my people, we're there again, but we'll leave the place, and next week we'll be back to talk about some more Jamaican wise sayings. I will see you then. In the meantime, go on over to Jamaica Ayawide on YouTube and subscribe. Take care.